Why is Donald Trump doing this now?
Well, I think the timing seems to have something to do with the Helsinki controversy. You remember when Trump came back from that summit with Putin last week, he got got into a lot of trouble for having doubted his own intelligence community right in front of Putin. Now, there's another tweet that Trump sent out just a few hours before the tweet about Iran that we saw in that report. And there's just a 5-hour difference between these two tweets. So this is what he said just before the Iran tweet. He said, so President Obama knew about Russia before the election. Why didn't he do something about it? Because it's all a big hoax, that's why. And he thought crooked Hillary was going to win. So there again, he's basically saying it's a hoax. The Russian intervention in the 2016 election is a hoax. He doesn't really believe it. So once again, he's doing another twirl, a sort of pirouette. He didn't really misspeak, it seems. This is now the real Trump speaking, something that he's throwing out to supporters, because last week he looked sort of pushed into a corner. That doesn't really work for his image. So what does he do? He throws in this tweet sort of seemingly saying what he really thinks about Russia. It's all a hoax, don't believe it. But then he buries it very quickly with this tweet in capital letters about Iran. Watch out, Iran. So I think that's sort of the timing that seems to be going on there, Annette. Just a very quick fact check. When he does say, why didn't Obama do something about it? Actually, Obama did tell his then CIA director to try to counter these Russian efforts. So it's not entirely true what he's saying there.
But coming back to his tweet to Rouhani, this is just showing just how bad relations are at the moment between these two countries.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Trump himself seems to have endorsed the idea of regime change in some of his speeches. His national security advisor, John Bolton, has openly done so in op-eds and so forth. And the tactic appears to be to squeeze the Iranian economy in order to push Rouhani into a corner and give the hardliners in Iran the upper hand. They, of course, don't want an accommodation with the country they call the Great Satan, and that suits John Bolton just fine. The problem with this approach, Annette, is one can't foresee the domino effect. Yesterday, Hassan Rouhani said that Iran could, at some point, close the Strait of Hormuz to oil shipping. There, we already see the fruits of this Bolton strategy working, quote unquote, in the sense that he's being pushed towards a more hardline position in order to not to be outdone by his hardline rivals in Tehran. But what happens if Iran actually did one day close the Straits of Hormuz? It could set off all kinds of consequences for all kinds of countries in the region that Trump would not be able to control anymore, and that's the real worry in all of this.